Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. We have a lot to talk about, so grab a beverage. Hopefully you're wearing something very comfy. Smash that like, and let's get this party started.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want, 'cause your heart's made of gold, but don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Stand-up comedian and pop culture vulture, Joleen Lunzer here for another episode of No Offense, All Offense, where we talk about pop culture news, our favorite reality shows, trending topics, things we love to hate, things we hate to love. We take a comedic look, we roast it, we react to it. Remember, I'm very opinionated, but that doesn't mean you have to have the same opinion. You're welcome to sound off in the live chat. Hello, live chatters, or comment section, and we can just respectfully and calmly agree to disagree, like the very calm Real Housewife of Orange County, Tamra Judge.
That's my opinion!
It's just my opinion. Now, remember, everything I say is true except for the parts that are false. Everything is alleged and for entertainment purposes only, so don't sue me.
That's my opinion!
I heard
Allegedly.
I'm rusty. I hit the wrong button a bunch of times. But just know that you're going to have a good time, okay? Because lots of people you don't like think I'm excellent.
I heard actually mixed reviews on Joleen.
Oh, Joleen was excellent. What are they saying?
What are they saying? What are they saying? Thank you guys for saying that my sound is okay. For some reason, I'm hearing my sound, which I never do. So I don't know what's going on, but I'll have to look into that. But if it gets weird at any time, let me know. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful Sunday. So good to see you. This is a Deftones t-shirt. Thank you so much, Elizabeth, for noticing. You guys are all here. Yes, yes, yes. We have so much to talk about today. So many things to get to. I am headed this evening off to Disney with my niece and nephew and Nana. So I most likely will not be online for the next couple days. I might put out a couple edited videos, but we do have Big Brother season 27 starting on the 10th. We're just days away from the premiere. Now, they haven't officially released the cast yet. They'll probably do it first thing tomorrow while I'm at Disneyland. They'll probably do it then. And then later in the night, I'll have to hop on through my phone or something and give you guys a reaction. But I will react to the cast before the first episode. But I'm not even sure when they're going to. Now, as far as the Big Brother cast goes, there are rumors. I feel like they are leading us down a path where they're fooling us. Okay? But let's get into the Big Brother stuff. Then we'll talk about Love Island. We got to talk a little about the Valley, karenread. We have things that we need to talk about. Hopefully we can get to it all today. So smash that like. Again, if you want to support the channel, like, subscribe. If you want to support the channel further, you can always send a super chat while we're live. I'll highlight your comment. You can join either my YouTube membership or my Patreon if my mods don't mind dropping the link for that as I'm eating my own hair here. Or you can hit me up on the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. Okay, so Big Brother 27 starting July 10th. And I have the season 1 description. What they're saying the episode is going to be about. That's going to air 90-minute episode premiere July 10th. So just in a couple days. We're at July 6th right now. House guests entering the enigmatic Hotel Mystère, a place where secrets lurk behind every door. The premiere is filled with unexpected twists and turns, including a masked visitor, a secret accomplice, and the arrival of a mystery house guest. Now, the mystery house guest is the thing that everyone's talking about. Now, a lot of people were going hard on the Rachel Riley. That's going to be a returning house guest. And let me tell you, if it was Rachel Riley, I would be so excited. I don't think it's going to be Rachel Riley because so many people are suspecting it's Rachel Riley. And Janelle, shout out to Janie, season 6, season 7, season 14, season 22. Big Brother legend Janelle tweeted something like, I've been trying to get a hold of Rachel and I haven't been able to get a hold of her. And then other people noticed that she put her cameos on pause. I mean, that's pretty heavy-handed if it is Rachel, but possibly, I guess. There's also been rumors that Angela Murphy is going to be the returning house guests. So there's lots of rumors out there. But I just feel like they're leading us down a path to throw us off, you know? So now Janelle, 1222 Dawn says, no, Janelle said, I think it should be Helen because hashtag Helen was pushed. I think it should be Helen. Helen. Or super fan Jerry O'Connell. Obviously, it probably is going to be Big Brother superfan Jerry O'Connell.
You know, it was really fun to see him win H of H, and sort of get his, to hear he's in it.
That would be interesting because Jerry O'Connell would be like, you guys ready to play H of H? They'd be like, I'm sorry, what? HOH? Head of the household? Yeah, it's probably Chicken George. It's probably Mike Boogie. They were like, you know what? Let's take a risk. Let's take a chance. Make a change. And we'll bring this guy who keeps getting arrested. Maybe is Mike Boogie a felon yet? Well, either way, maybe they want to just turn it into, you know, a true crime season with the mystery, and they'll bring back Mike Boogie. Allegedly. As long as it's, Kelly says, as long as it's not Michael Rappaport. I would not be surprised, Kenzie, if they brought back Tucker. And now that he's single, who knows? They loved Tucker. So they definitely could be bringing back in the old Tuck. But on their Instagram, they've been posting a lot, you know, kind of teasing us. We got the house. The house looks like the house pictures a few days ago. And it's like a mystery house. A lot of people were saying that this house gives them BB season 8, and I can see it. I can see the BB 8 comparisons, but it is very much the mystery. They got the chess pieces. I don't know if they were trying to pull a little from the Tleitas as well. So the Big Brother key art reveals some clues. So there's this key art that Julie Chen is posing in front of, and it's like the skeleton keys. And according to Entertainment Weekly, the key art reveals some clues to the season 27 theme. Host Julie Chen and producers drop additional hints. I mean, they're not giving us many hints. And you know, they're kind of doing the clue type thing, like it was Julie Chen in the diary room with the power of veto. And we're like, okay. And then today, 3 hours ago, they posted this, and they said, "Lucky you." And we're all like, okay. Okay. Is it a squatty potty? Is that a key wheel? A new key? What is it a giant hat? Like, what is this? But right, it's very Traitors. I feel like they're pulling from that. I don't even think they have, do they have the comments on? Comment. I'm just going to write comment and see if it pops up. It'll be like, what's wrong with Joleen? Why is she writing just comment under here? And then they had this little, I hope I get the secret 17, they wrote, as they put Big Brother 27, the big 27 brother, or Big Brother 27, collect all 16 mystery blind box. Now, what they also did is they released what everyone is talking about, this commercial with the alleged house guest being like, I'm going to be on season 27 of Big Brother. I'm going to be on season 20. I'm going to be on. Now, they didn't say any of their names, but we did see a glance at possible house guests. But I feel like they're throwing us off there too. I mean, maybe not. But at this point, on looks alone, no offense, all offense, I wasn't like, ooh, all these house guests look so intriguing. But I'll give them a chance. But so far, we don't know, any of their names or anything like that. But let's take a look at this house. So they're kind of, sprinkling little things out there for us. It's a Monopoly hat. If it's Johnny Bananas, I'm not doing this. No. Yeah, very board game vibe. So let's take a look at the actual house, the pictures that have been released of the house. Julie Chen gave a house tour, and but as far as confirming 100% that the people that are in this CBS commercial for Big Brother, We don't know. We don't know if they're just trying to throw us off the scent or if these are really, I mean, they could be. Why not? But I am not interested until I get the exact cast. Like I am not interested until I know their names, their ages, until I see them lying about how many seasons of Big Brother they've watched when really they just binged it in sequester. I'm not interested until they give me a little more information. Okay, so let's take a look at this mysterious Big Brother house. And I think I grabbed, did I get all the, all right, let me pull it up over here instead. If you haven't already, make sure you smash that like. Let me know in the comments if you are loving the Big Brother 27 house. And let me know who you think the mystery house guest is going to be. Okay. So let's pull up Deadline's article regarding this house and all of the pictures they are sharing of it. Okay, so Big Brother season 27 house photos, the Hotel Mystère. So that's the theme. Hotel Mystère. Mystery, Mystère, I don't know. Welcomes house guests to a summer of mystery on CBS. What if the special house guest is just the AI lady last season? What was her name again, you guys? She just comes, the actress that played her. They're like, we just brought her. We just brought the AI lady. Whatever her name was. That's what we're doing. Ben says, I love the house. So Ben is not blocking the house, but hit that like Ainsley. They're like, it's Ainsley. It's just Ainsley. All right, so CBS is set to welcome the Big Brother season 27 house guest to a summer of mystery as it opens its doors to an enigmatic Hotel Mystère. Mystery. The reality TV competition is set to be filled with unexpected twists and turns. That's what they say every season, but I am getting excited. I'll be honest. I am buying it. Hook, line, and sinker. I am in. All right. Until probably the first episode, and then we'll be judging it and roasting it and doing that and laughing at it. So they're going to, like I said earlier, they're going to have a masked visitor, which is kind of creepy, kind of eyes wide shut, hopefully not, a secret accomplice. All right. And the arrival of a mystery house guest, which everyone is wondering if it's going to be a returning player like Rachel Riley, who allegedly turned off her cameo, even though Janelle was like, she hasn't gotten back to me. Or it could be Angela Murphy or Tucker or hashtag Helen was pushed or one of those freaks from season 9 that we don't talk about because that season was so weird. All right. So Julie Chen Moonves returns to host. We know. We miss Julie Chen, but I guess we'll take Julie Chen Moonves to host Big Brother season 27, which premieres with a 90-minute episode this Thursday. And I will be here live after the episode to cover the 90-minute episode, to roast it as we dive in to our summer. Our summer has finally begun, you guys. Then a second 90-minute episode will follow on Sunday, July 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern. So every Wednesday, viewers can expect 90-minute episode of Big Brother. So they're doing this Wednesday 90-minute, which I think they should do that on Thursdays for the eviction, and also do what they did last year, where you have 3 nominees and then you have a competition. I thought that added so much last year. You don't know who's going to go home, and the person that wins the competition Thursday night could take themselves off the block. I liked that twist. That's one of the twists that I actually did like, but who knows? Additionally, Big Brother Unlocked will debut, and we know there's a show debuting July 25th. They're going to air a couple of them every Friday with exclusive behind-the-scenes access. We don't know who's hosting it. It's probably going to be a rotation of former house guests. When do the Big Brother 27 live feeds start? So the live feeds will open officially on Sunday the 13th. So we got the premiere on the 10th, but we will not see live feeds until the 13th of which kind of sucks. I want to see night 1 live feeds. Why are you making us wait? Just give it to us. Give it to us already. All right. So here are the house photos. Obviously, when you walk in the house, the Hotel Mystère, you have the reception desk. It's interesting. It's very Traders, a very game show, very Clue. That's the theme here. Now, here's one of I love this bedroom. wish I could make this bigger. Let me open it in this new tab and see if I can well, no, I'll just do it like this. Forget it. This bedroom, they have like the cabin beds. Like if you're on a tour bus or you're on a cruise, maybe they have beds like this. I feel like this is a great idea. I would grab one of these beds because you at least get a couple walls. It's like bunk beds, but I would feel much more secure. Than they put these people. That's why I could never do the show. They put these people so close to each other when they're sleeping. No. At least with this, you can feel like you have like a tiny ounce of privacy, and people are going to be humping and dumping in these beds for sure. But I actually it's a train car. Yes, Lucy, it's like a train car. I really love these beds. And you got 6 beds there. We always find that there's not enough beds. People got to like double up, especially in earlier seasons, I feel like. And they did that on purpose. But here, I think in this house, everyone might have a bed. But this is the room I would pick because I just would feel some semblance of privacy. Now, there are cameras, as you can see, up in this little bed space, which is fine. But I just would want to be away from these people, and I would definitely take a top bunk. However, how long until one of these house guests falls out of the bed? Okay, because we all have probably, if you've ever had bunk beds or anything or lofted beds, everyone's got a horror story or knows someone that has a horror story of falling out of the bed. I had lofted beds in college. Me and my roommate lofted so we could have more space in our dorm room. I got the guardrail. My roommate was like, I'm not going to fall out of bed. I'm 18 years old. First night, she fell out of bed. Damn near got a concussion. So hose long until one of these people, there's some crazy sleepers, falls out of bed. It could be interesting. It also could be hilarious. It also could be very scary. So this is my favorite room. Now we have this bedroom, which is very BB-8, kind of Alice in Wonderland-y. You got chairs on the ceiling. I would feel like the chairs were going to fall and break my nose, and I've already had a nose job, and I do not want another one. So anything that's hanging on the ceiling that could fall on me, get out of here. We got 4 beds in here. This is like some kind of ship. Maybe it's the Titanic upside down. I'm not sure. But okay. They're doing something here. But don't hang things over my head, right? Especially in California where we have earthquakes. No, thank you. Let me try to open it up. Maybe. No. Oh, there we go, Jolene. Use your brain. Here we go, you guys. Now we're cooking. All right. So this room is all right. You do have the single beds. The ones over on the left appear to be a little bit bigger. So I would grab one of those. And then you got these cot type beds here. No, thank you. Let me do that with this picture now. What did I do again? No, I forgot. No, I did this. I can do this. They even left you macaroons. Was that macaroon? They got tea. This is just Art Deco. Again, Titanic, train car like you were saying, or ship. Love it. People are going to fall out of it, but it is super cute. Hopefully no CTE, okay? Because that's not funny. Why the chairs on the ceiling? I don't know. Okay. More, it looks like possibly they designed this after just to be like Johnny Depp's Art Deco downtown Los Angeles condo or condos. Okay, you have welcome. Here's the door. They'll be leaving and coming in. And whoever has never seen the show before and doesn't know about the curse will walk through that door so eagerly and be the first. And we'll be like, no, you're going to lose again. You're never going to win. Hotel Mystère. We got some peel and stick wallpaper. I mean, they're really upgrading this season. A little bit of an upgrade. All right. There's a safe. Right there we see what is going on here. Right by the door. There's a safe. What's going on? Is Julie Chen going to be out there? Is this where they're going to get their sleepy medications? You know, is this where they're going to be giving them weed? Like, what's happening here with this little safe? What will be the twist of the Hotel Mystère? They should have really modeled this season and theme after American Horror Story, the hotel season. That would have been pretty cool. So there's a little thing here. Now the stairs. We got rid of the windy stairs a few seasons ago. And this stair situation, I'm liking. I can't wait for someone to fall walking up it like last year. What's her face did? I can't remember anyone's name last season except for Angela, Crazy Eyes, Kenny the Cop from Boston, who I don't know if he knows anything about the Norfolk guys, and Donka Donuts and Karenread, but Kenny the Cop and Rubina Tucker, and that's about it. That's everyone I can remember. Chemo, that's it. Okay. I'm not going to even try to remember anybody else. Now notice at the top of the stairs immediately is a door. There's never been a door right there. Normally you have to walk to get to the HOH. So did they kind of reconfigure this? Is this the HOH room? Is this a separate room? Is this a room where they will do mystery challenges? Is this the room they will go to when they need to go to therapy and see the therapist? Like Jerks and Mickey? Quinn, okay. Interesting. Brian says, not on my Sunday bingo card. Was Joleen reading terrible reality set designed for a filth? We got to do what we got to do. All right. For the shows that we love to hate to love. So whatever's behind this door, is it the mental health place? Is it the place they used to test for COVID? What is going on here? All right. Now we have an overview of the house. This is very busy. All I'm thinking is the moss and the fake plants are going to get very dusty, and the ants will be crawling on them by mid-July, which it's basically mid-July. So this is a little too much for me. This is a little Paris hotel in Vegas. And what is going on with the floor tile is that fake grass growing in between the tiles. Is that painted on? I just feel like these house guests do not need more places for the ants to hide, grow, live, breed. Every summer there's an ant infestation, and they're giving them vines of fake plants. I can't imagine they're real because they don't even trust the house guests with fish anymore, I don't think. So they're definitely not going to be able to keep the plants alive. Anna says it's giving Epcot Pavilion. It is. Looks like a Crab Shack restaurant. Maybe the set designer was a Crab Shack server. Hey, Maria, thank you so much. It does look like dirty grout, right? Is this fake kind of grass growing in the grout? It looks a little like weeds. I don't love it. The kitchen, I don't love that. I am very interested in this upstairs and the staircase and some of the Art Deco design going on here, but I don't love that. Especially for, look at that, you guys. Let's take a closer look. What is going on here? You see what I'm talking about? Hopefully this is, okay, over here it looks like it's just painted on. So it is just the semblance of some kind of grass growing, but I wouldn't be surprised because we know how Big Brother, we know how CBS works with Big Brother. They're like, okay, that's the red-headed stepchild of the CBS franchise, even though it is their #1 summer hit and has been for now coming on 27 seasons. We're in our 27th season. They're just like, whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, let the weeds grow in there. Who cares? They'll stay. Kelly, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. And Bubco, thank you so much for being a member for 15 months. Bubco says they're bringing the outside inside. They definitely are, because we know our house guests, they go on lockdown a lot and they don't get to go outside, and they kind of go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs because they haven't seen the natural sunlight or vegetation. So they gave them all of this fake vegetation. The cityscape is kind of interesting. Looks a little bit like the Valley, a little bit like Burbank, a little bit like where they are, possibly, maybe, not really. Who knows? But here we are. All right. So the kitchen, not my fave, but I'm going to be looking at it for a long time, so I'm over it. Another safe. Will people be hiding in there? Will there be Sweet and Salty Sam? Remember when she was a robot in BB20? Is there a little robot in there? What is in these safes? Obviously, something to do with the hotel mystery theme, challenges, lots of safes. This one looks like it was underwater with the Titanic? I don't know. Yes, Jace, think fancy hotel restaurante. So there's another safe. Will people be locked in the safe? We don't know. We don't know until it starts. A globe. Ooh. A rolling globe that I'm sure we will see many a house guest spinning with their fingers, staring at, crying near, possibly hiding behind when they do their inevitable hide and seek because they're so bored. They're bored in the house. And they're in the house bored. I forgot that I have. I'm just going to use a sound effect. Let me know if you guys can hear my sound effects. I did the boo one. A peacock, okay, on top of an old trunk. All right, it's giving flea market. Got it. A bookshelf. This is very Traders-esque. I do like the cat lamp. I saw it at Home Goods. A lot of Home Goods things here, which I'm not a hater. I got lots of shit from Home Goods too, but this reminds me a lot of the Traders. A squirrel in a jar. That's kind of creepy. That's some weird taxidermy, interesting things, right? So good to see you, Kelly. Books. Books with nothing in them, I'm sure, because they only let them read the Bible. Here we have some feather pens at the reception desk. An antique telephone, which some of the house guests, I'm sure, will not know what it is. And if so, they'll go, oh my God, what a relic. My grandma said she used to use one of these things to call her friends because they didn't always have cell phones. Did you guys know that? And the two old house guests, who will be the two elder millennial or Gen X house guests, will go, yeah, we were there too. Oh my God, you guys were like born in the 1900s? This is crazy. What was that like? Was there like electricity? Was there flushable toilets? So I'm sure they'll be playing with this, wondering, whoa, I've never touched one of these things before. That's insane. All right, you could give us a little better pictures. Why do they just keep giving us pictures of the wall and the door? Here we go. Here we go. Now there's a lot happening here. Obviously, this is the living room situation we're going to see every Thursday on eviction night. We're going to see on the live feeds the two house guests that are up for eviction sit on the love seat. We have red couches with the purple, with the blue, with the gold. I would never go with red couches. I don't understand what they're doing here, but okay. Now, is this little pathway above, this little balcony, is it walkable? It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's just for looks. Okay, but this is really giving, I think Evil Dick's coming back because this is, Danielle is giving BB 8. Oh, there's the beds I love. Oh, 'tis my bed, so 'tis my love. It looks like there's very little support on those beds. The mattresses are so thin, but I just love this room. I think it's the coolest room. There's going to be so much whispering, but I wonder how this will do. We do have cameras and stuff up here, but how hard it'll be to hear the whispering players hiding off to talk somewhat strategy. Again, with the bookshelves, which I'm sure there is some kind of hidden door. This looks like a hidden door, right? What's that say? Diary room. Oh, that's the diary room. That's cool. We have a hidden door diary room. Okay. I'm here for that. So they're just going to sit there. Beep, beep, beep. Let me in. I'm having a mental breakdown. Let me in. We need salmon. Mr. B, you gave us margarine. Nobody eats margarine. So we'll see a lot of that. I think that's cool. Okay. Okay. Like Miss Felicia says. And here we have proof that this is a hidden door going into our diary room with a cave theme. Indiana Jones. More moss. Very moss heavy this season. A lot of moss. Who has a moss fetish? Moss and rocks. Why does the carpet look dirty already? So does the floor. Did nobody mop this floor before? Do you see what I'm talking about, you guys? Who pooped on the floor? Somebody pooped on the Big Brother floor already. This is a mess. They're like, these house guests are going to mess it up anyways. Who cares? Who cares? Somebody walked in there after walking through a garden or some shit. Okay. Now we have some wall decor, some wallpaper with the keys, the skeleton keys, and houses and weird writing. Who knows? Yeah, water stains. It is just a dirty floor already. Dirty, dirty, dirty. So I'm sure they'll just think of like all the things they have to memorize, memorizing this wallpaper. Oh, headache. No, thank you. Oh, there's a gym. And is this a room or is this the actual gym? Well, we have a boxing themed room. I don't know if it's a bedroom yet or if this is the gym. We have a punching bag. Some of the house guests with anger issues can use that to get their anger out. So that'll be nice. That'll be nice. It is a gym. So we have a very wannabe New York style boxing gym. What is up with those fans? What in the world? Okay, they're a little industrial, a little 1998 with the blades. We're still doing 4 blades. I thought we moved on to 3. I only have 3. Okay. Why is there a hole in the ceiling? Don't look at the ceiling. Oh my God. This is like an underfunded public school ceiling. This is like every public school I ever went to growing up. Now we know Big Brother, cheap. They do got to get shit up there, but at least close the gaps. How creepy is that? In this Hotel Mystère. They just have panels missing from the ceiling. Look at all the holes, water damage. There's a random cord hanging down there. Maybe that's just a mic. Okay, so there's lots of mics, but we could do better. We could do better, right? But here we are. Who cares? Who cares? We're not living there. They got to live there. This is cute. This is cute. We have our upstairs lofted area. Very BB-8. Very Tlatus. Again, fake foliage. We got some art on the walls. Pushing pin, whatever the cushion with the pin things, whatever that is. Want to be luxe decor. And we do have the kind of checkered pattern carpet. We got a green dog. Again, these ceilings are a little better. They might have spray painted them black. Okay. And then you have a red light here. I don't know if the red light is like, hey, we're on live, so try not to use any racial slurs or be too hateful. Okay. Because we're going to hear about it. And then obviously the iconic Big Brother needs a chessboard. Pictures. Again, very home goods. Very TJ Maxx. Oh, look at this lady. She's wearing a Power Veto. That's cute. That's cute. That kind of looks like a Power Veto necklace. Kind of similar. Is it a Power Veto necklace? Who knows? Who cares? There's monkeys on the wall and ducks and whatever this is. Is that a bighorn sheep? And he's wearing a top hat. There is a little person and or a child unsupervised riding a unicycle. 2 children. All right. I do kind of like the wall, though, because I am a maximalist. And then we have a picture of the Hotel Mystère. Established in, do the math here. Do the Roman numeral. Old-timey. All right. George Washington days. Here is the big cuddler, which hopefully there's no one like Jared from, Surrey's son. Clean that up a little bit. Don't stain this. Don't get your bodily fluids on this. This is like a velvet performance fabric. So you can get it out, but you have to act fast. If you do get your bodily fluids on it, you better act fast. Tracy says the picture wall it's a little sus. I'm sure there's tricks in the wall. Okay, what is this? We have moonshine, maybe, a glass, binoculars, and a giant gold bug. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you for sharing that, Big Brother. Interesting. Another view of the upstairs in the BB house with a wet bar. Oh, Lordy. That obviously is not, they don't even give them liquor anymore. no fun. So but how long? Hose long till one of the house guests tries to drink whatever's in these bottles. That'll be interesting. And you got a couple of throw blankets. All right. So far, little tartan rug, Tletas type carpeting. Closer shot of the wet bar here. All right. Brown water, blue water, green water, yellow water. They're going to have to memorize that. And then what looks just clear, like vodka. All right. A monkey holding a light. That's great. Thank you so much for that. Big brother. The bathroom. It's the bathroom. The monkeys are in the bathroom. We got 4 pedestal sinks. Okay. More. Now, are more fake foliage? Hanging plants can't be real. We're going very earthy, very green, but a lot happening here. A lot. Who is going to dust these? That's what I want to know. What happens when the ants take over and they start falling on their heads? You know, what happens when these things absorb smells. So if you get the fake plastic, they're going to absorb the bathroom smells. But we have the little, where the girls, the gals will get ready. And then obviously the now iconic and almost infamous Big Brother bathroom couch, which a lot of people hang out at. I would not want to hang out here, especially when someone's, in the bathroom, getting down, dropping a brown, you know what I'm saying? Again, the ceiling, possible mold, missing tiles on the ceiling. Maybe could have just cut that out of the picture or replace the tiles on the ceiling. Will that be part of it? Is that how they sneak out house guests for, certain twists and things? They just pull them through the missing tiles on the ceiling? I don't know. We will never know. But they do have ample space to sit and wait for each other as they go poop. So that is very nice. What room is this? Okay, so this is another part. Okay, this is like a little wine whiskey room. So this appears maybe off the bathroom where last year's gym was. And it's lots of wine, like a wine cellar, almost like a dank, kind of dark cigar bar, wine bar. Obviously, these house guests are going to be getting desperado, and they'll be just looking in the wine bottles for some booze. That would be hilarious if there was real wine in there. But we know Big Brother's they're not gonna do that. They get like half a sip of wine every 2 weeks. And then you get your little couch. You got your Bordeaux table, your wine box. What's wine? It's strange that there's an alcohol themed room when they're now given such little alcohol. But Otter says this doesn't give good places to talk. I mean, this is a little nook. It's a little nook and cranny they could talk in. There's a few. But as you can see, more places to collect dust, allergies. Remember what Tucker said last season? They don't have the proper air filtration quality. Allergies acting up. And unless someone's going in there and dusting these things, it is going to be a mess. And more places for the ants. However, this ceiling, again, you guys look at these freaking ceilings. Oh my God, CBS. This is so bad. I understand you got to stick mics up there and shit, but the ceilings are ripped. They're ripped straight from the head. What is this, Law and Order? Who murdered the ceilings? Why does it have to be like this? This is like messed up Severance. What? It looks like it does look like a CVS on the ceiling. Like, come on. This is a little much. There's little holes, rips, tears, damage, just damaged ceiling. They're like, just don't look up. Don't look up. Have you seen the Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence movie? Yeah, don't look up. Okay, so another little vantage point here of the dank, dark wine cellar. Danger, high voltage. Oh, this is going to be, who knows what this will be. More places for the house guests to go. Oh my God. So this is the hotel's little place to get electrocuted. All of their electricity going through. Okay, now we have more chairs on the ceiling. What? Roped up chairs in the Hotel Mystère. And like barn door beds. This room, I would not be able to sleep one day of my life. It's too busy. Look at all the things that can collect dust. Chairs could fall on you, even though they are roped up pretty good. You are sleeping, staring at another person sleeping. I mean, very Big Brother, but ooh, this, if I got stuck in this room, I would be sad, sad, sad. Someone always looking at me. Like, what are you looking at? Get out of here. Get out of here. This needs to be like the showman's room. Put the showmances in there. They can stare at each other. And this room just has so many things. We got the little scuba diver old school mask. We have just like buckets and nets and I don't like this room. That room. People that stay in that room are going to probably be really close. I think this is the like kind of walk-through room, right? As you're going, this is the one that's kind of open. And that's the house. That's the whole house. What do you guys think? Obviously, I mean, the Big Brother, it's interesting. It's not horrible. Ceilings are horrible, but we'll see. Lucy said it's a no from me, dog. It's a little janky. They should have just did a janky verse carnival inside the actual Big Brother house. So Altered said there's always one or two rooms where you go. Did they forget their house thing? That bedroom is right. That bedroom is one of them. It's crazy. Might as well be the have-not room. Yeah, we didn't see a have-not room that I'm aware of. Let me make sure I didn't miss any rooms here on my phone. But it's the mystery, the Hotel Mystère. We're just so intrigued. Okay, let me make sure I saw all of the rooms here. Kitchen, that's a no from me. When you first walk in, pretty cool. Living room, red couches, no. Chairs on the ceiling, no thank you. Love the little bunk bedroom. That's my favorite. Upstairs, not too bad. With the chess room. The boxing gym. I mean, the gym is always the most boring part. I wish they would just take the gym out. I'm like, you can go a couple months without working out. I've gone a couple years now. I know I need to pick it up, but okay, you'll be fine. Now the wine room that we saw, like the wine cellar, that is shut off by a door. So that some seasons they don't have a door on that room. So that's nice that they do have a door they can shut. Very Celebrity Big Brother when Candy and Tamar were on it, when Tamar won. And I liked that little side room. So it has given a little bit of season 2 Celebrity Big Brother US when they had that side room that had a door, when they had Dina Lohan, and she was just, we're like, what is she talking about? This is gold, but what is she talking about? What is really going on here? So Otter says, overall, not a fan of the house so far. Brienne says, I think the have-not is behind the voltage thing. Oh, you're probably right. It probably is going to be their little like electricity room, or what do you call that? You know what I'm saying, you guys? You know what I'm saying? Yvonne says, too much greenery. A few rooms look like an antique mall. Yes. Either that or an episode of Hoarders. All right. S7 says the floors are a fail. They really are. BB Can on Big Lots prices. BB Can always had, maybe not every season, but they had some rad houses and they had so much space, especially in the main like common area. I like what BB, even when BB Can was like Bob's Furniture or whoever they had they had that sponsor that was like a local furniture person. It was like Evans Furniture. Come get your Jacobs, jalopies. And even then, it was better than the BBUK house is huge too. They kill it with design. We're again red as a stepchild. They're like, give them the scraps, whatever. We're not even going to fix the ceiling. The ceiling could fall on one of these people. Okay. They're definitely going to get sinus infections in that house. All the dust, all the moisture, the dent. It's a lot. It's a lot, you guys. So very excited for BBUS season 27 to start. We will be here breaking down, roasting not only the episodes, but the live feeds like we do every season. Having fun with it. Perplex Clock says code violation. So many code violations. So tell your friends. Tell your friends. Did we even see the HOH room? I didn't see no HOH room. I did not see an HOH room unless I missed it. I didn't screen grab it. I didn't see it in the Deadline article. They're probably saving that because that weird door. Very interesting. Because Lady Di says the gym is upstairs next to the HOH. Ooh, so is that where so is the boxing gym that first door? Or is that the HOH, like right off the stairs? We'll see. I mean, it's going to be an interesting season, no matter what. We always have a good time. Even when it's bad, it's good for us because we just make fun and have some fun. Okay, we have to talk about Love Island USA. Okay, we've got a new episode that's airing in a half hour, but people are losing their minds. That cast is losing their mind. Sierra's getting canceled, and I don't even know if she knows. Nick and Sierra are the only coupled up couple right now. They're the only, we are, what's the word they used? We're turned off. No. You guys know what I'm talking about. Put it in the chat. They're closed off. That's what it is. It's closed off. So Sierra and Nick are closed off. Meanwhile, the internet's out here finding Sierra's old posts on social media where she's using Asian racial slurs. And we're just like, oh my God. So the internet, I don't know if it's been confirmed, but they found Sierra comparing her eyes using an Asian slur and people, and it's went everywhere. People are mad at Sierra. People have turned on Alandria and Shelly briefly. I don't know if we're still turning on Alandria and Shelly. People are thinking that Huda got bullied when she didn't. It is crazy. Like it just overnight. Austin went home. So much has happened on Love Island. The lady who was getting, Ariana has to keep going on After Sun and on social media saying, hey, don't bully the house guests, don't bully the Islanders. Because the young woman who was on the show for like a second from Utah, I guess people were saying awful things about her face. I didn't even have time to learn her name, let alone make fun of her face. I don't, but she was on the Vile Files. Like, okay. And now, the past couple episodes, it was after the episode where they played the game where they could kind of ask anything, say anything, speak up, stand on it, whatever they called it. And they could remain anonymous or they put their names on it and ask their fellow Islanders questions. And the internet started turning on Shelly and Alandria, thinking that Shelly and Alandria and Sierra were kind of teaming up on Huda. Well, here's the bottom line with what's going on with Shelly, Alandria, and Huda. These women don't like Huda. Huda just defined her experience out the gate with the Jeremiah situation, yelling at him, verbally abusing him, throwing things like, oh my gosh. And then he had to leave and America saves her. And these women and the fellow Islanders they didn't stand on business when it came to telling Huda, like, you're wrong. They'd be like, yeah, girl, it's him. And we're like, no, it's definitely Huda. It's definitely like, I don't know. She's running around here calling this man a bitch and a bastard and F you, and you're not a man. And what? Because of the pancake? Because but there we are. Okay. So, they basically have just they've just repressed their feelings. So now Hood is out here after Casa Amor needs, a dude, and she picks Chris, the 6'8" basketball player. And I'm like, good job, Huda. Shelly could have picked him. She stayed with the 5'10" Ace. Ace tried to tell us he's 5'10", and we were like, that's 5'4", sir. Maybe 5'6" with Jaxtaylor lifts in your shoes. But there is no way that little Ace baby is 5'10". Where? What? I don't even know if he can jump to be 5'10". Like, he's not. And that's okay. But you're lying to us, sir. You're lying to us. So Huda and Chris are, Huda apparently told, we didn't see this on the show, but she told Shelly that she was bringing Chris back from Casa Amor, not only for her, but also for Shelly. Now, once Shelly got back to the villa and she chose Ace in the recoupling instead of Chris, she really didn't pay Chris much attention. And Chris said he was still going to try with her. But eventually I think he noticed, like, oh, you and the little Polly Pocket guy, just like Danny from the Valley, you are, if you're going to pull all your energy into there, well, then I'll look for Huda, And now Huda really started liking Chris, and Chris is like, I actually like Huda. Now Chris is like, I saw that she did verbally, harass and humiliate Jeremiah for, apparently because he love bombed her. We don't know, because he made her a bad pancake. Not sure. Not really sure yet. But I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to see what's up. But my thing is, all of these Islanders had a chance to vote Huda out, and they didn't. So at this point, you kind of get what you deserve with Huda. So Shelly is mad because they do a competition, Raise Your Heart Rate. We've seen this competition before where they have to get super sexy. They dress up in Halloween costumes, those sexy, like, you're going to be a sexy orthodontist. This sexy orthodontist is going to grind on your privates with their drill. And you're like, oh, okay. And they then the couple that raises the heart rates of their fellow Islanders through lap dances and sloppy herpes kisses wins. What they win, I don't know. Mono, that's what they win, okay? And so while they're doing this competition, Huda gets really, really into kissing Ace. And I'm grossed out because I'm just grossed out by all of the kissing at this point, because it's just like, lick your face. And okay, cool. Shelly, she's grinding, she's dropping it, she's spreading it, she's making her legs and thighs and butt do this, like things that, I do not know how to do. Maybe I can do that with my love handles. I'm not sure, but she's just jiggling all over them. She's grinding, and Shelly's like. So Alandria and Shelly and Sierra think this is against girl code. However, the audience, they thought maybe Alandria, Shelly, and Sierra were being a little hypocritical because Alandria outs that Huda had kissed Chris. Now, after the Raise Your Heart Rate competition, Shelly was like, I'm not talking to Huda. Huda is dead to me. I do not give a shit about Huda. Huda needs to go away. I just can't talk to her right now. I'm too mad. And Alandria outs that, Huda, did you tell Shelly that you kissed Chris? And I'm like, first of all, she doesn't have to. I don't want to have to defend Huda here, but she doesn't have to tell Shelly. And when was she going to tell Shelly? When Shelly wasn't talking to her, or when Shelly wasn't talking to her? And they are giving each other the eyes with Sierra about how Huda isn't a girl's girl. Well, yeah, no, duh. But also, isn't this you, Alandria, with Nick? While what's her nut Sierra was crying in Casa Amor for Nick. I mean, this is the point of the show. You got to find. I feel like this is a very weird season where the Islanders, I've only watched 2 seasons now, but where the Islanders have decided they define what the rules are for being there. As Pepe is still crying over Hannah and like, I can't move on. I love Hannah so much. It's like, well, then you should have left with her, Pepe. And Pepe's asking the girls in the competition when Sierra was up there, we're like, stand on it, stand on business. He's like, why didn't you get rid of Hannah? And Sierra's got this very political, reason for, well, I feel like Hannah had 2 good couplings with you and Charlie and Amaya. I mean, I do agree with Amaya got the bad deal. All right. Amaya got no hotties, no good guys. Every guy has just been trash to her. And they wanted to give Amaya a chance. And we love Amaya. Clearly, we'll get to that as well. And then they kept Iris because they just wanted to keep Iris. I think they probably wanted to keep Iris because Nick and Sierra really like Iris as their third, because clearly they're going to do like a poly situation. It's super weird. But shout out to polys, no judgment. So Pepe's like, oh, I miss her so much. But Pepe's got another girl. He's got Hannah Light, aka Grayson. And Grayson's like, what about me? He's like, sorry, I just don't think I like you. It's okay. And she's like, it's not okay. Because then you should leave. If you're not open to getting to know other people after your person leaves, then you shouldn't be there. So I felt a little bit bad for Grayson in that moment. And Pepe's still like, go find Hannah. Go find Hannah. So again, these are this only closed off couple. And they're just like the worst couple. It's clear that Nick is in love with Alandria. Even his mom and his sister are doing videos and TikToks about how great Alandria is, how their chemistry is. I don't know if they say things about Sierra. Probably not anymore, since Sierra's social media racial slur posts have been outed. So and every time these two talk about their, closing off, Nick's like, so, okay. And I really think it was only because Nick was seeing that like, oh, no one else wanted him. Like he already got voted out once because Jaden or Jalen, whatever her name is, didn't pick him. She picked Austin. I mean, they picked Austin over you, bro. Like, time to go. Wrap. Let's go. That's a wrap. That's embarrassing. And then him and Alandria's, I guess he was like, I want to explore with Alandria when they brought him back in the game. And then he pretended that there wasn't chemistry there, but we see the way he looks at her. But okay, here we are. And even the guy that voices, the comedian that voices Love Island was saying, I thought they were going to be the couple, Alandria and Nick. So it just, this season, a lot of things aren't making sense. It feels very gamey, a lot of people are saying, especially fans who have watched many seasons of Love Island. They feel like it's very, very gamey. Like we're not seeing genuine connections. Now, once Nick and Sierra closed off and made it official, that night they banged. They banged before then. There was, I think, 25 seconds. He lasted the first time. Second time, it was 40. And Sierra was like, it was pretty great. And I'm like, okay, all right. That's all right. Cool. Awesome. But also very disgusting because the other Islanders are like, we hear you. I'll never understand this banging in the same room. They sometimes do it on Big Brother. Gross. Go to Soul Ties. Go anywhere else. The beds are right next to each other. She's like, we had to celebrate we're together. Well, you guys have been celebrating before you were together because you and Nick were for the 25 seconds and you weren't closed off yet. So now Iris and TJ, they went to Soul Ties and they were celebrating. I don't know. Because I don't know what the appeal of TJ is. He's gone, thank God. But that's gross. We're going to celebrating. Then they only were closed off for a day. And Nick was like, so, Sierra, what does it mean in the real world that we're closed off? Nick's trying to have an open relationship. What do you mean? What does it mean? That means we're dating. That means you don't get to date other people. That means we're together. You're my boyfriend. What doesn't he understand? And Sierra tries to play it. Yeah, Oh yeah, it is different. It's very hard. Not you, obviously, but the game and the situation. Um, how to translate this to real life? No, it's not. You're closed off. You're seeing each other. You're trying to find love. You're exploring. So you're probably going to explore in the outside world and not date other people, right? Nick's already trying to get out of it. He's like, but I mean, we're not like closed off in real world. Like this is just for the game. And nobody likes this couple. No offense, all offense. Nobody likes it. They're having, intercourses in the room while other people are sleeping. Now I know Huda has done it and maybe a few other people. Equally gross. But between that and this weird closed off situation that feels forced, it's just, so far they haven't broken up this couple because this is their only closed off thing, I think, still right now. But a lot of people are calling for fans wanting Sierra fired. They're like, if you fired Lisa or whatever her name was, they just woke up, they're like, honey, hi, you got to go. She's like, what? I just got here. Yeah, apparently you like to use racial slurs. So bye-bye, Reese. And they kicked her out. But Sierra's staying. Now, Sierra the internet has started digging into her, obviously. And they found that she has ties and is friends with former Love Island people that I don't know because I've only watched season 6 and season 7. But apparently this lady, and you Love Island super fans will know more than who I'm talking about here. And it is, let me share it with you guys. I don't even know who this lady is, so you guys are going to have to tell me. But even her Love Island former player friends are distancing themselves. They're like, "Oh, is she getting canceled? Okay, we're just gonna leave here. Thank you so much." But oh yeah, earlier in the season, they're like, "We love Sierra. She's the best. She's so great. She's so cool. She's fantastic." And then now they're like, "Oh no, I don't think I know her. She's kind of, she racist? Okay, goodbye." This lady, she might be a former Love Island contestant, but she says, "Hi guys, I see your comments concerning someone I love and care about. I want to be clear that I do not condone racism, bigotry, or hate in any way, shape, or form, nor was I aware of the recent screenshots until they were posted. I discovered at the same time as all of you did. I cannot speak for anybody or make any statements besides my own, and decided to take a step back from running her account." Okay, so this person's running her account. Oh, damn. "I was asked by her family to turn off comments," so she's got the comments off, might be back on now, "and refrain from speaking on her behalf. This situation has been really difficult, and I'm still processing everything." You're still processing. Okay. I'm still processing. Oh my gosh. We're processing. We're in the processing. Okay, so Johnny, why did I say Joni, Rebecca? Oh my gosh. Joleen, learn to read. Was the former Love Island contestant that is friends with her, who is like, "I'm not friends with her anymore." The person running her account, I don't know if it's the same person. They were out there being like, "I don't know her. I'm so sorry. I did not know that I was friends with this lady. So I'm just going to distance myself." So Sierra is going to be coming out to a crazy new world when she leaves Love Island, that I don't know if they are going to have to warn her of, if they don't, clearly it looks like they're not going to be getting rid of her from the show. But she also, after that Stand On It game, Sierra, Shelly, and Alandria took big hits on social media. They lost a bunch of followers. And let me see if I can they do have an account that was like breaking down just how many followers they lost, and it was quite a few. And they found out also that Sierra is like a social media marketing strategist. So she, if anyone, is going to know how bad that will be for her. Oh, goodness. Dreadful says this story came out weeks ago. It took a while to catch traction. That's interesting that it caught traction right after the Stand On It competition when people were going, I don't think I like how Sierra, Shelley, and Alandria are acting. Now, do I think Shelley and Alandria are bullies? No, I don't. No, I don't. Do I think they could have handled the Huda situation in that game better? Sure. But you see, Huda, even during that game, she stood her ground and was like, I don't have to tell you who I kiss, period. And then she threw the cards on the ground, and then Chris came back to like pick them up during his turn. Like the girl, she throws too much stuff here. All right. There's some rage happening over here. She was hulking out, just throwing things, kind of reminiscent of the Jeremiah stuff. But so far, we haven't seen her, as she says, crash out to the point she did when Jeremiah was still at the villa. Let's talk about that. Now, not last night. Last night was after sun. But Friday night's episode was there where multiple islanders went home. They played a game. America got to vote. Okay. In America, I didn't vote. Okay. But America has been playing dirty with these votes. Let me tell you guys. And some of the votes I was like, okay. And then some of the votes I was like, you guys, what are we doing? Now, I was very happy to see that Amaya, our sweet Amaya Papaya, who has been just treated horribly by all the guys right away. You know, Ace was like, I have boundaries. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't. It's like, what? They recoupled together. And then he was like, don't touch me. Don't look at me. I have boundaries. Leave me alone. And she was like, huh? And then she got with Austin. Austin's like, I like having a girl that likes me back. It's like fresh chlorine or salt water in the pools I clean. And then within 5 minutes, he's like, she likes me too much. This is weird. She's weird. And then told her she cries too much and gets attached too soon in that Stand On It game. Amaya was like, I'm not apologizing for who I am. I am an emotional gangster. My cup of tea isn't everyone's cup of tea. I'm not the book everyone should be reading. She was very emotional, as it was these guys kind of teamed up on her. I thought if anyone was kind of bullied, if you want to say, or teamed up on her, ganged up on, it was Amaya by the dudes. Even Zach, UK model Zach K, or whoever the hell, Mr. Bangs himself, was like, he had time to tell Amaya that he wasn't feeling her anymore or whatever he was feeling. And he waited until Ace and Austin were kind of teaming up on her. And I was like, oh, this is trash. This is trash. But then America voted and they were like, Amaya, you're our favorite. Amaya. Every category, Amaya was number one. Now the Islanders would have to guess how America voted, and they were wrong every time. Shelley was like, I think I'm number one. And I was like, oh girl, I think they're gonna put you toward the end. And they did. So they also ranked the couples. So one of the categories was you rank the couples you'd want to vacation with the most. Now Zach got a pass because he was with Amaya. Zach would have been voted, no one wants to go on vacation with you and your baby bangs. Okay. Nobody wants to go on vacation with anyone who cuts their own bangs. They just don't want to do it. You know, you get to a certain age, a certain time, you're like, that's not the thing you do. Maybe during a panicooking in pandemic times, but otherwise you need a professional to cut them bangs. Okay. So Mr. Bull haircut model himself, all of a sudden, he's like, America likes me. Okay. And all of a sudden, he likes Amaya again. I'm sorry. No, we're not doing that. We are not doing that. He told this woman less than 24 hours before he told our beautiful Amaya Papaya, I didn't want to kiss you. You made me. What? Sir, we saw you went to another room. You were happy to kiss her. You had a rager in the cager, I'm sure. Okay. And then you were like, don't tell anybody. They act like Amaya is just like jumping on these guys and assaulting them with her mouth. No, sir, we're not doing that. So all of a sudden he's like, I love Amaya. And we're like, no, fake ass. You'll get yours. You'll get yours. But she was voted number one. Second, Sierra and Nick. Huh? Who wants to go on vacation with those two? They're gonna have their own room, but they're gonna be banging in your room. You're gonna be like, excuse me. They're like, we're celebrating. You have your own room. Yeah, but we like when people watch. Ugh. No, thank you. And then Sierra will be, using racial slurs allegedly. Okay. And then Grayson and Pepe dumped her. Like, no. Huda and Chris. I mean, Huda scored higher. She's got some diehard fans. Someone was calling them hood rats online. They were like, Huda's got the hood rats. I was like, oh my goodness, not the hood rats. And then Iris and TJ. No TJ ever. Austin and Jaden. Maybe Jaden, not Austin. Then we have Adriana and Brian, Shelly and Ace, and Clark and Taylor. And I felt really bad for Clark because I feel like she was getting voted down. And we don't really know much about Clark. All we know is that Clark is the replacement to Alandria. She is the, bombshell that came in and took Taylor's attention. But let's be real. Taylor never liked Alandria. He never did. We all saw it. We saw the way he kissed her. We saw him say he wasn't attracted to her, and we're like, what? Well, why are you pursuing it? How are you not attracted to Alandria? She's gorgeous. And Taylor was like, not for me. But Ace really kept pushing him, and it felt very, looking back, strategic of staying in the game. So it felt like he was using Alandria as a placeholder, and I think that's why people are like, screw you, Taylor. I know that's why I'm like, screw you, Taylor, because he could have been more upfront. He was breadcrumbing her, stringing her along. Now, I wish Alandria would have given, Jalen, what was that his name? Jaden or Jalen? More of a chance because she was looking for a country guy. He seemed very much into her, where Taylor's always like, he friend zoned her so early, but strung her along a little bit to stay in the game and stay in the showmance. But the minute Clark and Coco came in and they both picked him, it was over. Like you knew that he was not going back to Alandria unless they denied him. No way. And then him and Clark bonded, and he's like, she makes me feel so young. And Alandria goes, what? He goes, she makes you feel like I'm a kid. And Alandria said, how old are you? And he said 25. But I think what he means, like, she gives him the butterflies, which is fine. But he should have been upfront. So Alandria got straight up denied, dumped, embarrassed at the Stand On It game the night before the America voting. And basically Taylor stood there and was like, oh, you guys want me to pick? You don't want me to be stringing along Alandria? Well, I picked Clark. And Alandria's just like, what the fudge? I gave so much up for you. We've known each other 3 weeks. You knew her 3 days. And you could tell we finally saw the emotional Alandria. And I'm like, oh boy, Taylor. And he could have told her sooner, but also I wish Alandria would have picked up on the cues too. Like, he is just not that into you. We need to bring that book back because it was pretty clear. But again, he's telling her one thing. I don't know. I was not happy with Taylor. So I was happy he was voted bad. So the girls, America ranked the girls from most to least genuine. And Shelly was like, I think I'm number 1. And I'm like, maybe 2 episodes ago. But now, I mean, I don't even think Shelly would be number 1. I think she should be higher than 9th. I don't think Shelly is disgenuine. I think that, or ingenuine. I think that, or disingenuous, whatever the word is. I think that these people on the island, they don't really like Huda. The OGs don't like Huda. And they kept her on the show for whatever reason. They kept her on the island. And they built up their resentment and their walls. And Huda's like, these are my friends. They love me. And they're like, no, bitch, we don't. And so Huda was confused. She's like, but you guys said that. What? I mean, when she was crashing out over Jeremiah and trying to humiliate him and yelling and screaming and sitting there like this, straight ahead, like the Bernie Sanders meme, or Bronwyn from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, her old man husband, just staring straight ahead. Everyone hated how Huda was acting, but nobody barely held her accountable. So it just got out of hand. Alandria got third, then Grayson, then Huda, then Jaden, then Sierra, then Andrena, then Shelly, then Clark. And I'm like, Clark? We don't even know Clark. Clark could be a perfectly nice person. She didn't do anything. I just don't think we had to do Clark like that and put her at the end. It was sending a message to Taylor, but just send the message to Taylor. It's not her fault she came in as a bombshell. So far, I have not seen Clark from the show. From what we've seen on the edited episodes, I haven't seen her be disrespectful or rude to Alandria. I found her to be really respectful. And even though Alandria's like, did you know that your man, Taylor, he still says he's trying to talk to me. She's like, no, I know, he told me. Okay, but he's not doing anything to do it. She's like, yeah, I know. It's like everyone but Alandria knew that Taylor was just feeding her lip service. But Alandria did try to do that thing and put salt in Taylor's game. Like, I just don't want what happened to me, babe, to happen to you, Clark. And Clark's like, I don't think it's going to. Because he's attracted to Clark. I can never explain why Taylor isn't attracted to Alandria. It doesn't make any sense, but he's not. He should have been more honest. But here we are. All right. And then the girls you trust with your deepest secrets, Amaya number 1. So Amaya was feeling so good, our little Amaya papaya, and I was so happy. And then to see Ace and all the faces see that Amaya was number 1 was amazing. It was so good. But I feel like they did Shelly too dirty and they did Clark too dirty here, voting them so low. And Shelly's like, I don't know what I did, America. Like, why do you hate me? Because she has no idea. But again, you shouldn't have saved Huda. And you gave Huda a chance to have a good point, which is like, Huda's not playing this game for you. She doesn't have to save Chris for you. If she wants to get with Chris and Chris wants to get with her, Shelly, you should have picked Chris. But here you are with Ace. Messy boots Ace. Thinking he's 5'10". He's 5'4" at best, maybe 5'5", 5'6" again with platforms. But I'm just not invested in like any of the couples. Then they ranked the boys from most to least genuine. Pepe number 1, which Grayson was like, are you serious? As he's not even giving anyone else a chance in the villa. Okay. Chris number 2, then Zach with the bangs. Baby bang Zach only got this because of Amaya. Then Nick, no. Alan, then Brian. I think Brian's very genuine. TJ, who? Austin, 8. Ace, 9. Taylor, 10. So Ace, Austin, Taylor toward the end of the best boyfriend. Ace thought he'd be number 1. What? Sir, what? You are too much into the drama to be a super good boyfriend. Are you kidding me? Okay. So then the next night, like I said, Ariana comes in and is like, all right, we are going to take the Islanders with the who got the least votes from America on the, who likes you and all that stuff. And you're all going to be vulnerable to go home. And so it was TJ, Taylor, Audrina, however you say her name. She's gone, so I'm sorry, ma'am. And then Grayson, Jaden, and was there another boy? Probably another boy. Either way, they could only save 1. And so every Islander had to go stand behind. Now, Adriana, she could have been saved. She had quite a few of the girls stand behind her. But guess which pro-preaching girl code girl did not stand behind her? Sierra. Sierra stood behind Taylor. And Olandria was like, what? You're supposed to be one of my besties in the villa. You're standing behind Taylor after he just did me dirty. She's like, I hope you're not mad at me, Olandria. But again, Olandria didn't. She was telling other people she was upset. And then Sierra walked in and Sierra's like, I hope you're not mad at me. And Olandria's like, oh, okay. I just did it because I feel like Nick would have been really hurt if Taylor went home. I'm sorry, what? I think Alandria is probably really hurt because that was her coupling, but you're more Worried about your 40-second penetration. Okay, this is just gone downhill for Sierra. This has just gone down. It was like, you guys just got on your soapbox. Feminists, go girl, go women, girl code asses, and said, Huda, it's against girl code. You should have said that you kissed Chris, even though Shelly was actively ignoring you and hating you and wouldn't talk to you. But you should have somehow found a way to tell her right away. But now Sierra has the chance to save anyone, multiple people, except for the man who just publicly embarrassed Alandria and rejected her on national television. And you're like, I think I'm going to save him. What? So I think tonight's episode, we'll see more of the aftermath of Alandria and how she feels about Sierra's decision to stand behind Taylor, which was just so shitty. They had a crashing out competition, which was just more swapping of spit and licking of faces and jiggling. It's very Love Island-y, and yeah, but I think we'll see more of that tonight. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Dreadful says the girl stuff is in response to Huda's narrative of sisterhood and girls from the moment. Yeah, right away Huda walked in. She's like, what's up, bitches? Yeah, my bitches. Yeah, my no. The first girl that says she's a girl's girl is the least girl's girl. You just know that as a woman. That's how the one who preaches it the most is the least. Okay. And they saw that and they knew that. And then yet here we are. Lucy says, I actually like Taylor and Clark. They're cute and I can't help it. They do really like each other. Okay. But we did see our Amaya Papaya. Okay. After Austin was sent home by Austin and he's dealing with his own backlash. He was doing a Q&A on his damn Instagram. And they're like, what does it feel like being racist? And he's like, what? So he's like, I'm not racist. I have a black woman tattooed on me. I don't know the lore behind that. I don't want to look into the Austin. He's gone. I don't care about that pool boy. But the internet and social media is dragging him. But with Austin gone and Taylor, the only one who was saved out of that group, and with Grayson and Jaden and Adrena and TJ. Oh, TJ left. And Iris was like, I'm so sad. And I'm like, girl, don't worry about it. And Iris is pretty much already moved on, I think, with Pepe. I think they're going to explore. Which they came on as bombshells together, right? Didn't they? That could be interesting coupling. So they're going to be cuddling up. They're going to explore. But Amaya Papaya is getting courted now. So all of a sudden, Baby Bang Zach was like, I think I like you again. Yes, I know he sounds Australian, but you know what I'm saying. And she was like, okay, well, I feel really bad because, when he had just been so, teamed up on her in the competition and then talked about how I didn't want to kiss you. She was just like, well, F you, stay away from me. You're weird. What's wrong with you? You sure acted like you wanted to kiss me. What's going on? She yelled at him a little bit. Like, I don't even think she yelled. She was just like, screw you. I don't want to be by you. And she's like, I shouldn't have talked to you like that. Because Amaya has such a big heart. She's such a sweetie wipe the CD that she was just like, I feel really bad. She even checked in on Clark after getting voted last. I mean, she just has a really big heart. And that's why America has responded so much to Amaya. She's been my favorite since she came in. Since the minute Huda was like, I don't like that bitch. I was like, I love that bitch. If Huda doesn't like her, I love that bitch. Now Huda's got, she's got memory loss. I don't remember that because Shelly did have a point. Huda hated on every woman that came in the villa. And we talked about it. And I was like, oh, I don't like this. She's looking at Jeremiah. He is mine. That bitch is not a girl's girl. She talks shit on Iris. She talks shit on Amaya. She talks shit on everyone who came in. And Shelly and Alandra and them were like, let's chill a little bit. Let's chill on that. That's their job. And Huda's like, whatever. But they should have called her ass out on that shit. But they didn't. But so eventually, thank God, Zach with the bangs and Amaya decided to just be friends. Zach was like, ooh, I'm back in. She was like, no. But Brian, the little hottie patati who stuck up for her during the Stand on Business game and was like, you guys are saying she says babe? Like that's an issue, but that's Hispanic culture. Like mi amor, babe, like that's what we do. Okay, we're very passionate. So I see that as a strength. You guys say she cries too much. I see that as a strength too. So Brian is coming in. Brian, who was like, I don't want to be with Audrina anymore. And Audrina's like, I don't really like him. I like Pepe. And then he went and stood behind Jaden to keep her instead of the person he was coupled with. He's been feeling Amaya. And so they had some time together. And they did some straddle kissing, some spider style. And, you know, Amaya's like, oh my God, I feel. So that's the only couple I'm interested in right now is Amaya and Brian. Just give them the $100,000 and let's wrap this shit up at this point because this is a mess. We'll see what happens with Iris and Pepe. I'm sure tonight we're going to see a lot of that. But right now, I only care about Amaya. None of these other couples I'm really interested in. It's clear that Taylor and Clark have a strong connection, but no one's going to vote for them. Okay? Because of how he went about it. But we'll see what happens with these two. We'll see if Iris can make him forget about Hannah Montana. We'll see Huda and Chris keep growing their connection. They've opened up. He's like, I feel really sad and miss basketball. And she's like, I feel the same way about my daughter. What? Basketball and the daughter. I don't know if those things compare, but okay. So yeah, at this point, that's who I'm kind of cheering for. On the Valley front, I know we didn't do the latest episode recap. What a mess. Kristen did get engaged too. Yay. Jax wasn't there. It was great. He was swimming with Cruz. That was awkward. Cruz was like, I would rather be underwater than hanging out with you, Dad. He's a weirdo. We had Jesse and Crazy Eyes, Michelle's boyfriend, talking. And Jesse trying to be like, you were with her when I was with her. And he's like, I wasn't. And so they have their little exchange and talk. Most of the episode was about Luke's setting up the proposal for Kristen, which was really sweet. And they were able to surprise her with Nick and Nia and Danny, Polly Pocket. And then Zach did a great job of surprising her after the engagement on the fishing boat with a party. But Brittany Beatrice was like, well, how come I don't know? Beatrice! Like, she was very upset. People did not like the fact that Brittany immediately was like, what about me? What's going on? Clearly, she was married to Jax for too long because that kind of selfishness came out. Like, I would have done. Apparently, she told Zach, or she said in front of Zach, they should have had me. I would have done a better job. And poor Zach's like, I schlepped all this engagement stuff, T-shirts with their face on it with congratulations, decorations, all the things, organized it, gave up the presidential suite for Kristen and Luke. And you're going to sit here and tell me you would have done better. Well, Brittany has since apologized to Zach and said, I just wanted to be part of it. I love theme parties. I love it. Meanwhile, Janet and Jason find out about the engagement. They're supposed to all go to dinner. And Janet's like, I'm not going. If this is a party for Kristen and this trip is just her engagement, I just want to go get nachos and go to bed. Now, Jason wants to party. He's like, okay, maybe tonight, but tomorrow we'll hang out. She's like, I don't think so. And Jason says, well, let's wait until until tomorrow. And they kind of have a little bit of a fight, we see. And Janet calls Zach and says, I'm not going to come. And Zach says, that's like the first mature thing he's seen Janet do in this situation. She's like, I don't think Kristen wants to see me right after she gets engaged. And I don't want to see her. And she sent her a bottle of champagne. And that was that. Meanwhile, all of these rumors were coming out about how Janet is getting so much hate on the Valley that she had to make her social media private, obviously turn off her comments, then make it private. And some people were saying she fled the country. What? Reality Blurb and other blogging sites were saying the Valley star Janet Caperna leaves the U.S. amid death threats against her and her family, slams online hate is sick. Apparently she has a podcast because everybody has a podcast. and she read, I think, some of the death threats that she's getting. And they went out of the country. So then the headline became, "We're leaving the country because we're getting all these threats." But soon Janet hit up her own social media. I guess she went off of break on social media to let us know that, in fact, she didn't flee the country. Let's take a look because I haven't even watched this yet. Oh, let me share it this way. Hold on one second. Smash that like, you guys, if you haven't already. I was like, what is going on? Can we just all, I know you guys don't have to like, people don't have to like Janet. You can judge her. But can we focus on hating Jax? Can we just for once as a Bravo community come together and hate on the toxic dude? Like, not even in Janet's defense, but just in like unity of like who's the bigger scumbag, and it's clear Jax. Let's not even waste our time with Janet right now when there's so much Jax hate to be dealt out. Come on. The man is out here loving it. All right, so here's what Janet had to say.
Guys, I've had a bunch of people reach out asking if we're okay. There was a headline that came out that said, "Jason and I fled the country because of the hate we've been receiving lately." And I think that came from our podcast, This Side of the Hill, that Jared and I recorded last week, where we addressed some of the hate and haters and messages that we've been receiving. But this is a much needed planned family vacation we're on. We are in Switzerland. And it's been lovely. But I just want to say thanks to everybody who has reached out, both friends, family, and strangers. We are good. And if you'd like to hear the podcast where these headlines came from, instead of, the clickbaity headlines that sometimes get out there, you can hear it in my words. I'll put the link below. But I really appreciate everybody. And we will be unfleeing and returning to the United States.
So it's just as a ploy so talk about your podcast. Kristen Doty in the comment section of Taste of Reality, this is their post, shout out to Taste of Reality, saying Janet Caperna denies that she and her husband Jason fled the country because of the Valley backlash, which, by the way, you guys, please stop sending them death threats. It's just a show. Kristen Doty says, "I'm really trying to keep my thoughts to myself." So Kristen's like, I know. But that did you notice? This is the first time I've listened to that. I assume they didn't flee the country for that reason. I assumed, just like Kylie saying it's the 4th of July and they went to, which is interesting that they went to Switzerland. Okay. But, I forgot what I was saying, but Janet is, that turned into just like, if you want to hear the true thing, listen to my podcast, Somewhere Over the Hill. What? I'm not listening to that. Well, I could roast it. Let me know if you guys want me to roast the episode, Janet's episode with her and Jason over the hill, over the hump day hill, whatever it's called, Hill House, Hell House, Hell Hill, whatever the podcast is called. It was a great time for her to promote that podcast. But I just want more focus. I don't care if you like Jen, don't like Janet, whatever. But can we focus on just the real dislike? Should go to Jax right now. You can get Janet later. You know what I mean? I feel like we're wasting a lot of energy on the women again. I'm just going to go to the abuser. I'm going to keep my energy, my foot on his neck. That's who I think I'm going to keep my foot on the neck of. But just don't even give her any attention, maybe. Because this just gave her a platform to, if you hate her, it gave her the platform to talk and promote her podcast, which I didn't even know her podcast existed until these alleged death threats and such. Dreadful says, "This whole cast is dramatic and toxic." What has Janet done that comes close to comparing to Jax? The only thing I think of is like starting like artificial, what seems to be artificial drama messiness. But as far, you guys, we need to focus our energy. And I hate to tell you what to do, but I'm going to tell you what to do. And it has to be on, let's get rid of Jax. Jax has got to go. And then we can focus on whatever's going on with Janet or whatever. But can we just focus? He's a literal abuser right before our eyes. And we've seen him season after season, time after time. Let's just focus your hate there. Okay. Right. End up, nobody knew she had a podcast, but now we do. But now we do because of this. And now we say it like Camille Grammer. And now we said it. And now we said it. All right, you guys. That is all I can cover today. I have to go. I'm going to Disneyland. But make sure you smash that like. Comment after the video posts. Let me know if you want me to check out her podcast, do any kind of roasting of it at all. Let me know all your hopes, thoughts, dreams, and opinions after the video post. If you're on the replay crew, make sure you post a disco ball emoji so I know you're on the replay crew. And follow me on social media if you're not already at Joleen Lunzer. Everywhere. I'll be back very soon with another No Offense, All Offense. But until then, you guys, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Bye.